brothers and sisters twasobanukirwa neza ko ufite uburenganzira bwawe nawe nkagira ubwanjye ariko se ubwawe burangirira he ubwanjye gutangirira he so kandi icyo gihe rero utabyitondeye ukabirangaramo uvugana na ribu.
Yeah, what you're saying is true actually. Abantu bajya bivuga ngo uburenganzira bwanjye butangiriraho burangiriraho ubwundi butangirira. But really that statement is, yeah, it's true, but really human rights is for everyone, every human being. Buri muntu wese kuva avutse kugera apfuye afite uburenganzira bungana nk'ubwundi. Like everyone, even criminals, even like everyone, because at the end of the day, no one is perfect. No one deserves no one deserves violence. So like everyone, whoever you are, has as much as rights as any other person. So, but really in the society, some people would feel like they have more rights, more privilege, or more reasons to do whatever they want than others.
Abambabaza ni abandi babikora batabizi.
Birababaje nabyo.
Ugasanga ntazi ko nyine ningukoraho ndi ku invading your space, your rights.
How about you turn the situation to that person? We umukozeho uko atabishakaga, do you think ko yishima?
Akenshi usanga nyine ari abagabo bakuze banyine babikora kuba n'abakobwa. Uyu mukuze nta kibazo abona nyine ari ibintu bayumva ko gifite ari subject to nta kibazo.
There's a lot of ignorance associated to that. But also there's also a sense of, a sense of humanity that is even more like it even goes beyond the ignorance and lack of education, because every human being everyone knows how violence feels. It's not as if you'll do something wrong to me just because I'm not educated. I won't feel that that's bad. I will feel that you're harassing me even though I didn't read a law ivuga ko icyo ngicyo ari icyaha. So
ariko hari byapasinga kera byacagaho nk'ibi by'abasaza ngo uyu munsi utazi. Okay, is inclusion right?
Is that the question?
That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, inclusion is great. Even some of the cultural norms, when you're exposed to other cultures and you see this isn't a cultural norm for them, maybe this doesn't work for us anymore, right? When you're able to see life through a different lens and that's not speckled by your own family's traumas or struggles or issues or even things that they think is still good, that's how things change. That's how people change, because they see there is a clean glass theory, and I think I talked about it before, but it's not about screaming loud the differences. It's just sitting another glass next to a different glass. And that glass can look for itself what it wants to take and what it needs to remain and make the decision itself. We can fight to change culture, or we could just change culture ourselves individually, but the biggest changes of culture comes with differences in culture, right? And people,
but that's the beauty.
Yeah, it's the beauty of it.
If you look from that lens, it's the beauty.
It is.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be. Adam would have stayed Adam. He wouldn't have had Eve and then multiply and have all of us.
That's true.
I think that
it's very beautiful.
It is, and I love to see different groups of people coming into Rwanda. I live near ALU, so I see differences in students coming from different countries on the continent, and I'm excited about that.
We learn a lot from each other.
We do. We learn a lot from each other, and we learn what to stay away from. Right? So that's positive. Now, are there concerns about resources? Generally, when you have people coming in from other places, like in South Africa, the Zulus were concerned about all of these people coming in to take their land and their jobs and components that they felt were theirs. Absolutely, there is a lot of truth to that. But at the same time, the more that we are open and allow people to take, or we structure in a way for people to live comfortably, it doesn't mean they have to take over the native inhabitants, their land and their, but if they can live comfortably, then we can have conversations. Because in psychology, we say Maslow's hierarchy of needs is the lowest level is basic needs, right? Yeah, shelter, food, water, clothing, right? Love, acceptance, that is a basic need. Yes, it's a basic need, and you can't move up the tier to social or to self-independence or self-knowledge without those components. So we have to understand that love sometimes doesn't come from our families. Sometimes love isn't relational. Sometimes love comes from outside. So we should be open to that, absolutely.
Yeah. So today I was focusing and thinking mostly on my fellow entrepreneur who's limited by their own fears that keeps them excluded, especially when it comes to fear of failure or fear to start from the bottom. And that's a big thing in our society. Fearing that you will be spoken about if you are seen in a different, outfit, cyangwa se ugaragara utangira hasi. But there's one thing that I wanted to touch on and say that we are blessed. We are blessed to have a president like ours, where he is. He's shown us what's possible when you're fearless. When you put all your doubts, in your mind and say, let me go for what's there. Let me go for what's for me. Let me go for what's possible. And we've seen where that has taken him and us behind him.
Sure. And
he spoke about that table d'honneur and whatever. And now he's consulting. Now he goes to bigger stages, not in Rwanda but elsewhere. So that's a role model we needed to say, this can also happen to me. If niba yarabikoze akabigeraho nuko hari ibyo yatinyutse kwanza.
I think he probably also felt the fear. I don't think the fear is I think the fear is also something that he experienced. But we should feel the fear. I think it's normal.
And let it drive you.
And then we do it anyway. We should feel the fear, feel the doubts, but just keep going. Yeah.
Don't let it exclude you.
Don't let it exclude you.
And
and knowing the difference between emotional thinking and logical thinking. I think that that's really important. One thing that President Kagame, as well as the president's wife, the First Lady, they do well. They put their emotions in the back and they speak from a place of logic and reason. And we have to look at some cultural components for all of us that we are born into and that we take on. Does it put us in a place of emotional, unrational thinking? Or is this really progressing us? Are we still stagnated in the lower brain? Are we in executive function?
But Simba, you made me think of something of probably young entrepreneurs or people who, are trying to start, trying to educate the community.
Putting yourself, your face out there. Look
and
at
then,
me, man, I never liked school. Now I'm teaching.
Can't
believe this.
And then think of the rest of the community who, like our friends, or our generation. You could probably not be the main character doing all these things, but at least try to be supportive. Try to be, if someone is struggling at that time, not say, don't tell them, oh, I told you, busundu gomvaga, or there's this emotional maturity that we need of being able to understand people, being able to support people,
and go beyond.
And go beyond. You know, we are the ones who actually make those people feel an extreme fear of starting, of initiating projects, because we are always there watching out and checking every step or every negative feedback to come in and say, oh, I told you.
Yeah.
This
wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah, this wasn't gonna work out.
When it works out, I don't come out and say, hey, congrats, it worked out. It's just
we're just there staring, waiting for the moment where this person fails or this person just delays. I don't know.
We
should really try hard.
It's sad, but I have to agree and say, yes, I did grow up thinking that greatness is for others.
Yeah.
It's not for me. And the prison is the reason why I came back home, you know? And the thinking behind that, before I came back home, I was thinking, you know what, if we have 193 countries in the world, out of 193 countries in the world.
190, oh, you mean globally?
Globally.
Global countries?
Countries. My logic behind it was that outside of Rwanda, now we have 192 countries. So that means that if the president was able to be a pioneer, a downright peace pioneer, who's exporting it and taking it to other countries, you know, and providing peace for them, that means that there's homegrown pioneers now. You know? So now there could be others, you know, we could make other pioneers in their respective disciplines. And I thought if out of 193 countries, if we remove Rwanda, we have 192. That means if there's anybody who's related who's closely related to the president, it will be me. It will be you. Before any guy from Taiwan, before a guy from Brazil, before a guy from Belgium, he will be closely linked to you before the Taiwan guy. So that means that by default, there's some Kagame DNA in you. You know, I'm telling you, that's how I thought. And I said that, you know, I've got his DNA in me, so then I can also be a pioneer. You know, then that means greatness is also, I can achieve greatness.
Greatness
and that's
is
what
also
happened. That's
for
why
you.
I came back home, and I'd like to, you know, to share that thinking with any other young entrepreneur who wants, or who's afraid to start or to restart or to go out there and live their lives, you know. And I don't know what you have to say.
I think that for me, as a therapist in general, all problems start and end in the home. So the more that we do to increase education, like we're doing with Vanilla Taboo, and giving people a different understanding of versus what they know or what they think is true, the more that we can elevate our people mentally. I think that as Rwandans, right, we struggle with past trauma and those negative thoughts that come with that. But us as African Americans that come from the US, we also struggle with that due to our own genocide that occurred almost 500 years. So I think that there is no difference in that. We've all have cultural components and traumatic events that have happened that keep us stagnated in our mind, right? But if we came together and united, as the president has said, as a Pan-African, not only across Africa, but if we united our minds in education, and many of us that didn't even have 2 coins to make this type of film, but you stood out and you had conversations with others. You don't have to have 1 million Rwandan francs in order to make a difference, right? And if the goal and the objective is just to educate and provide a space for people, you don't even need a coin for that, right? Acceptance comes with education, but acceptance first comes from home.
From within.
From within.
Yeah.
From within.
Great, that's some food for thought.
Yeah.
How do you see us adopting that in our society?
Akazi ko karahari. But I don't think that's a bad thing. kuba tugifite akazi. I think it's actually a good thing.
natwe rega ntabwo byaza bitugwaho byose icyarimwe tudabonye umwanya wo kugira ngo duhabwe umwanya kugira ngo natwe tubyakire tubyigeho nk'uko twavuganaga ya community y'aba LGBTQ tuvuga tuti yego njyewe nta mutima mubi mfite ariko wibimpatiriza nanjye nibishyashya kuri njyewe umva ko nanjye ntaramenyera kubona umuhungu wenda wambaye gutya cyangwa se gutya ntabwo mfite umutima wo kukwamagana ariko umva ko nanjye kuri njyewe ari bishyashya nk'umwanya wo kugira ngo kandi that applies to n'ibito turavuga nabyo kugira ngo tubone umwanya wo ku-applyinga
abantu bashobora kuba bafite na confusion, bashobora kuba abantu bagira na preference itandukanye n'ibyo twavugaga ngo my parents can exclude me because I took probably a decision that they don't agree with. It's still okay, but as a society, I don't think we should tolerate that. I don't think we should tolerate violence. I don't think we should tolerate people comparing people, labeling some people as powerful and others as not powerful, labeling some as capable and others not as incapable. We should not tolerate that. We should at least, it should, life, this world is, le monde est injuste. We'll have to face, life is really not fair. We'll have to face those difficulties as a person.
Nature is not fair.
Yeah, you'll be in a room and you will be, and you will be discriminated. That will happen. But having a society that tolerates that tolerates violence, that tolerates discrimination and segregation is really dangerous. It could lead us to...
We know best.
We, as Rwandans, we really know where it led us. So at least we should try and create a society where what's promoted is inclusion, where what's promoted is everyone feeling the sense of community, the sense of sharing, the sense, the spirit of being together and embracing our whole different personalities and whole different talents to build something beautiful. And probably things might happen, we could face difficulties, but at least like the biggest thing we should promote is to let everyone feel valuable, feel welcomed and included. Yeah.
No more Muzungu.
Yeah, no more Muzungu.
No more Muzungu.
No more
I get
Muzungu.
that. So
You get that?
I get that. So,
Yeah, but it doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel
It doesn't. Emotional trauma is the worst trauma, not physical.
Yeah.
The physical wounds can heal, but the emotional wounds don't heal. And it's not the same for him to be called Muzungu as the same as me. It's way different backgrounds. And for us, typically, I see Muzungus as whites being called, or Caucasians being called Muzungu. So when we are put in that same category and we were colonized, it doesn't feel the same. It hurts much worse. It comes from a different place. And I think that even as a culture of Rwanda, it's shameful to address people by their skin color. That's exclusion.
After what we went through.
Yes, that's an exclusionary practice because that was part of the genocide. Nose, height, facial features were distinguished for exclusion. Are we taking what we've learned from the past and learning from it? Are we still carrying the baton of exclusion?
That's a hard one. That's a very hard one because I learned racism in South Africa. Before that, I never knew what racism was. Both racism and homosexuality. I learned in Africa. The image that I had of a white person, true story. Right after the genocide, the Doctors Without Borders, and UNICEF, and UNHCR, they're giving us sweets, compact, biscuits, nice things. And I thought, who are these?
These are angels.
Messiahs,
Yeah.
angels, you know, and that's how I grew up seeing them, you know. And then I get to South Africa, and then boom, racism, and it was a shock. So also now it's a hard one for people who are, you know, local, my peers, and then the young kids who didn't get the chance maybe to travel. Also because we don't know much about racism in Rwanda, especially, you know, when it comes to skin, you know, color segregation. We know about our own features. So when we do it, we think, I don't enjoy saying this, but when we do that, we think it's a compliment. That's how sad it is.
It's very bad, but Simba, people really don't need to know about racism. Inclusion, it doesn't, you don't have to learn to witness.
What do you mean inclusion when they say, when let's say when they call you Muzungu? How is that, maybe you can elaborate on that, how is that maybe like segregating you from themselves?
Well, it doesn't just come with the name.
Yeah.
The statement after that is, give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what I just say that.
The statement after that
Right.
is, you are privileged.
You are privileged, give me money.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the statement that comes after that, normally. Right?
I think in that we focus on maybe poverty, because even I still have that image in the back of my mind. When I see them, same, equal people, but I don't say give me money anymore.
No, I mean, this doesn't come just from people that are impoverished. Yeah. I have a house in Bumbogo. I had to call a company to fix my water pipeline, and they gave me a very high price for like 2 hours worth of work. Like, it was outrageous, like 500K.
So he's thinking Muzungu price.
So I asked him, I said, how can you provide this? Show me 500K worth of work that you did. These are not even your pipes. I paid for the pipes. Yeah. So he couldn't explain it, but he said, you shouldn't get upset, sister. You have money. You came from US.
That's very bad.
First of all, you don't understand the US. We are the most highly incarcerated race of people on the planet as Black Americans. 2/3 out of our Black men have a record, right? Because of poverty. I mean, we are not wealthy.
Yeah.
Number one, we come with what little money we have, and we all know the economy in Rwanda. But this is the first time I've come to a country that even if you're middle class, you're considered rich.
Yeah.
Right? I understand that there's a economic.
It's not based on numbers. It's based on visuals, like what we see. If you
Right,
see in a
right.
car,
It's not based on numbers, but I think that the bottom line is that if I can't walk down the street in peace without being called out because of my color, that's a problem. If a woman can't walk down the street because of what she wears and being called out by her dress, that's a problem.
Oh, we've made great improvement with that. With the dress.
I know. I've seen many men grab their parts.
We did.
Yes, with young girls. I've seen them.
No, okay, maybe it's because you only been here for a few. I mean, remember 2010, 12, 13, 14?
But it's better. But it's better.
It's
best.
better.
It's better. Best.
Yeah, we're still
Right.
getting there.
Again,
We're still learning.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a man who's never had this experience that women have, and how traumatic sexualized trauma is for women.
Yeah.
That is, we also have to have a conversation about that, because it's a different perspective. For your entire life to be catcalled or seen based on your natural body parts, that can cause the mind to change.
You see, that's why I like saying that communication makes, it fuels community. Sometimes some men think ladies like it. So because of that lack of information, that lack of communication,
I don't think it's
liked
true.
it.
I think I really don't think that's true.
There's some old guys on the side of the road who think,
No, I think that's a
it's a
pawn.
compliment.
I think that's something
I don't
they
agree
tell
with
to
it.
themselves,
Right.
to prove that what they're doing is actually
right.
not wrong.
Yes.
Because they'll say, women like to be noticed, and then they will they'll base on that to
It's okay to
it's
point
okay
her out.
to point you out. It's okay to touch you, even though you don't. I don't think they really believe that women like it. I think they're just giving themselves
excuses.
an excuse to do that.
We can't
Because
yeah.
I really believe that everyone knows how violence feels. And then if they know that, if themselves, even men, by the way, I don't think you can just go out there and be like, oh, Simba likes to be beaten up.
Right.
And then you just say, oh, I'll beat him.
Right.
No.
Or Simba likes to be touched.
Oh,
Let me just go touch him.
let me just go touch him.
Yeah.
No. I don't think I think it's just an excuse.
But now, okay, let's say maybe case from a different community, from a more advanced community.
Oh.
You, looking back from where you're from, do you think we're going somewhere with that? Are things getting better or getting worse?
I don't think things have a choice. They should get better.
Yeah. They don't have a choice.
They don't
Cut
have
us
it.
some
I
slack,
don't think
man.
there's
Say,
any
guys,
other option.
Guys, keep trying.
I don't think there's any other option. It has to be better and better and better.
Yeah.
Some things are progressive. Some things start at this lower level of development and are allowed a certain area to grow and develop. In the sense economically, we need that. In the sense of some rules and regulations, we need that. But in the sense of trauma or violence, there should be zero tolerance for that. There shouldn't be levels of aptitude that you're able to learn and develop. It's zero, period. You know, when we were children, grandma said you don't go in the kitchen. It was zero tolerance policy. You step foot in that kitchen, something hit your backside. Exactly. Zero tolerance policy, right? And that's how some things have to be. It can't be discussions to try to get progressively there. It has to be zero tolerance. That's it. That's it. Because sometimes when we give too much, we allow progression in one area too much. People are slow.
When you're wearing that, what were you thinking? Are you provoking us?
Right.
Yeah.
I got time.
Yeah.
I'll learn it in
I'll learn it.
2025.
Yeah. Well, it's always nice having these combos with you guys. And never want to end. But I see the guys busy signaling saying, hey. Yeah, so let's end again with, do this? Yeah, do this for us. Let's end.
No, I was waiting for this moment.
Really?
At the beginning, I said, are we starting with the cards?
So now we're taking 2 cards.
No,
we can pick 2.
Just one.
Ooh.
She
didn't like her first card yesterday. You didn't like your first card.
Yeah, she changed it.
She changed
Are we still doing?
We're still doing blue.
Blue.
Yeah. Are you still excited?
And it's nice we do it twice. Kay is going first today.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
What are you ready to let go of?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm ready to let go of feeling like I have to do everything. Feeling like I need to be everyone.
Does that mean accepting help?
Boom. That's it.
Let's go. Ask me any question, anything goes. Ooh, when I first read this, I thought I was going to ask you questions.
No, we ask you.
Yeah, ask me any question, anything goes. I know she's going to be harsh on me.
And then I'll let her start.
This is your moment. You can.
What is your greatest fear in relation to self-development?
I'm going to be in conflict with most of the stuff that I spoke about.
Hypocritical.
I'm telling you. The greatest fear is not making the most of myself.
Well, you are enough, Simba.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Waking up in the morning with stinky breath. You are
Any question?
Yeah. Do you have friends? That's A. I'll have an
two-sided question.
Okay.
You have friends?
I do a lot.
So how does your friendships with people serve your peace of mind and inner satisfaction?
That's a good question.
Or does
Does it not?
it not? Sometimes it's only draining.
No, when I finished high school, my dad wanted me to go into piloting. He wanted me to study, aviation, and it was hell for me. And my answer to him was that I was a people's person. I love people too much that I had to work with people. I don't want to be in the sky on my own, just with the same face every day. So I really, really have love for people, passion, and they like she say that her answer was that she needs to accept and let I think also sometimes I think I need to. I love people so much. Sometimes it could be quite classified as people pleasing. I like to take care of people. I like to do things for people, and when I don't, I might sometimes not feel, enough. Like you're saying, I feel like I must always do something for people.
But does it give you like a positive feeling about yourself?
It gives me satisfaction. When I help people, when I do things for people, I go to bed and sleep peacefully, and I feel like I've accomplished something.
Yeah.
And when
That's
I don't,
amazing.
like the question yesterday, I feel guilt. Yeah.
Okay.
And your question?
My question says, are you scared of death?
There are certain types of death.
Yeah.
You are?
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm scared of my death. Me dying, I don't think I have a problem with. I don't think I have any problem with that. But I'm really scared of losing people I love. So me dying, I'll still be afraid of dying because I'll be leaving probably my siblings, my parents, or my children without me.
So
But me dying, I think I'll be having a restful.
So Oshimangiye are saying ivuga ngo ubuzima n'ubwanjye kiro ni icyanyu. So since you like the card game, special edition, let's go. Second one.
Special edition.
Let's go. If you want to change colors, you can do that. If you want to stay
Yeah,
with
let's change colors.
feel free. This is all you.
Okay.
Let's go. One more.
Let's be light.
One more. Oof. That wasn't a good idea, bro.
The universe is speaking. You want to start this?
Yeah. True or false? Happiness is the absence of sadness.
That's a good question.
No.
False.
False.
Good answer.
You can still be happy.
Yeah. I think you can still be happy while you're sad.
That's true.
And I think you can still not be happy even though you're not sad. So happiness is
Choice.
way
Emotion. Happiness is a choice.
is a choice and
It's true.
way broader than just the absence of sadness.
I still haven't got the yes or no question there. So, okay, mine says, is there a trait that you envy in others? Y a-t-il une chose que tu envies chez les autres? Is there a trait that you envy in others? Yes, there's a few men that I admire the way they carry themselves. And also there's a few men that I envy how they're selfless when it comes to taking care of their own people. Let it be family, let it be,
Girlfriends.
girlfriends, community.
No,
That's a
when
big
they
one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Those ones who still pull chairs and open doors, I envy them.
You know any? You know any?
Huh?
You know where they are.
Well, I am. It's just that I've been single for too long. Because I've been seeing. Yeah.
Mine's is, which scar of yours has the most interesting story? Well, I'll tell this one. I have a scar on the back of my leg. It's about this big. When we were young, we were playing in like the shed, like a storage house that we shouldn't have been in. And I climbed up a piece of wood, and then when I jumped down, the leg ripped my leg down. However, I never went to the hospital. My family, my grandmother, used traditional medicine, which was a spider web.
Oh.
She used a spider web and laid the spider web on my skin with the spider still there, so that was terrifying.
On an open wound.
On an open wound. And then the days after, she would clean it, put another spider web, clean it, put another spider web. And so I have one on my knee that came from glass, and I have this one that came from the nail. And this one healed flatter than the one I had stitches.
Oh.
So traditional medicine is king.
Sometimes works. It's scary though. Yeah.
Bring back my cards.
Thank you very much for being with Vanilla Taboo today. Hopefully we'll see you guys again soon. I hope it's not the last time on the show. Hey, Benita.
What are you looking at?
Zanakazi, bring more contact. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Simba.